When we carry over the information, I'm going to carry over some information. We've got Target, the sample mean of Target minus the sample mean of Tops was 3591.8. Talk to me if you can't figure this out. And we did a ton of calculations to find the standard deviation of Target minus Tops to get 1079.9. If we've got that, we really could do the confidence interval in 3 minutes. On our formula sheet, it says statistic plus or minus critical value times the standard deviation of the statistic. So the statistic for us would be the sample. And since we're doing a mean problem, it would be the sample difference of the means. Critical value, since again, we're doing the means, it's a t-value at 95%. And like I said before, the degrees of freedom are the smallest n. You don't combine the n. You take the smallest n and subtract 1. So I'm going to do a t-chart. I'm going to look on the t-chart for degrees of freedom equaling 4. That's 5, take away 1. And I am looking under or above the 95%. So when I look through that t-chart, 4 across for 95%, I am getting 2.776. Just double checking it. Okay, that looks about right. And then we've got the standard deviation of the statistic of the difference. And all we have to do is do some multiplication and adding and subtracting, and we could actually find out what this interval is. Same as before too, when we calculate this part is our margin of error. Our margin of error is still that. And then we want to separate it and find out what the upper and the lower parts of that confidence interval are. So for the addition of them, I get like 6,589.6. In the lower part of the confidence interval, 594, even, pretty much. Okay. If you do this on a calculator, statistics, the stat test, or this confidence interval, you're going to get a different number because they're going to use different degrees of freedom. You can calculate it a little bit differently. We're being a little bit more conservative. So our confidence interval, when we're calculating it by hand, looks something like this. It might be a little bit narrower if we were using a calculator because it's going to be a little bit more specific dealing with what we got here. And how we word it, the same as what we've been doing for the last 2 chapters. We are 95% confident that the interval from 594 to 6,589.6. And these were measured in grams, so it's best if you put it in grams. Captures the true difference in the mean capacity of plastic grocery bags from target and tops. And we would kind of use the same exact wording. Told you it was only going to take about 4 minutes to do it, 3 minutes to do it. Once you have all that information, so that's why I didn't want to do a separate problem. Once we calculate one, we can do the other very easily.